What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. DJ Mustard has had another big year. Even though he hasn't produced any big hits, you've seen his production all over the place, from Rihanna to Kid Ink to Ty Dolla $ign, etc. He even toured with Rihanna for a good chunk of the year, so he's having a blast, the time of his life. So right after the summer officially ends, we're in that period where the mornings are cold and then the afternoons are pretty warm. At least that's how it is in Seattle. I mean, in California it's probably still 70s, 80s, but in Seattle that's how it is. So I feel like Cold Summer, DJ Mustard's latest album, couldn't have came at a better time. One of the selling points for the album is the reunion of YG and DJ Mustard. As you know, they had the falling out and they made up earlier this year. They're supposed to be dropping a mixtape titled 400 Summers. Nobody knows when that's coming, but I think having YG on here is a big selling point, and it also kind of teases what's to come. You get to see like how their chemistry really hasn't lost a step. Take for instance, you got Been a Long Time, which is the intro. I like it because YG flips the line. It was originally an Eric B. and Rakim line, but a lot of people probably know it from Aaliyah's Try Again, which Timbaland said. He said, "It's been a long time, we shouldn't have left you without a mustard beat to step to." I like the little flip. So you have that starting off. You have YG kind of talking about how he fell off with Mustard and he was still cool with Ty. And I like it also. I didn't even mention Ty's on the record, and that kind of reunites the three that we're going to once have a label together. They pretty much came up together, so to have them back together is really cool to see. I like that YG's features on this album, they count for something. Instead of just rehashing stuff that we've seen in the past, you have new collaborations that YG's never been on. He's never worked with Quavo, but they came together for Want Her, and that record itself, to me, really works. I like Quavo's two-toned hook. He starts off slow, or starts off in a lower tone, and then builds up a little bit. The hook is repetitive, but I listen to it and it works. And not to mention they pay homage to Juvenile with the flow that they're doing. So I thought that was cool to see. And then the other record that YG's on features Young Thug. It's titled Party. If you listen to this song and you were around for the Rich Gang era of Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan, you're going to hear this beat. You're instantly going to say, damn, this sounds just like something that would have fit into the tour part 1. And it really does. It's a nice record. It's a nice nod back to that era. And like I said, I think YG, his appearances on this mixtape, on this album, excuse me, they count for something. So I'm looking forward to seeing YG and DJ Mustard do more on their upcoming mixtape or album, whatever they choose to do with it at this point. Some of the other songs that I liked on this album include RJ, who's signed to YG and DJ Mustard like as a joint artist. So I like RJ. I've been a fan for a long time now, ever since I really heard him pop up. I've been following his career, so he just sounds good over DJ Mustard production. There's a record called Main Bitch, and it's his solo record, and it sounds like something that would be found on his mixtapes, which I like. I like when artists bring themselves into the fold, and I think it's easy for RJ because he's always rocked on DJ Mustard production on all of his mixtapes. So you have that record that I enjoyed. You got Riding Around, which has Nipsey Hussle on it. He says, "You make it from nothing, what a wonderful feeling." Like, Nipsey is always dropping that hustling gospel, that you work, you win type of knowledge. And I think that it works on this record. Nipsey and RJ have good chemistry, so that record was good. I just hated the skit at the end of the song. Like, when I put it on my iPod, I made sure to go into the settings and change to have the song end at like 2 minutes and 23 seconds because I did not want to hear that skit anymore. It's just obnoxious, and the guy's stammering. He's saying like it just, I'm like, no, stop it. I don't want to listen to this one anymore. So I had to cut that out. Anytime you have a song titled Shake That Ass, it's bound to be very generic. Unless you're mystical, of course. So when TC 4800 and K Camp came together with a song titled that, it was just disappointing all around. And then right after that, you have Don't Hurt Me featuring Nicki Minaj and Jeremiah. And that was never really a big single. It never really took off in the summer. And I don't think it has that sound to it. It's one of the more disappointing Mustard beats because it sounds like something he would give Kid Ink. Pretty much it sounds like something he's done before. And I think that is one of the reasons. And just like, I don't feel like either artist on the song gave it their all. You've heard better from Nicki and Jeremiah, and it was just a bad record altogether. But luckily, after that, you go right into Party, the YG and Young Thug cuts. One more record I wanted to highlight is by Ella Mai, who is one of DJ Mustard's new artists. She has her own song. It's titled 10,000 Hours. I like her voice. I think I'm drawn to singers easier because if you can sing, and you pretty much have my attention, and then the songwriting is good. So I'm excited to hear more from her. I'm going to pay attention and make sure that I know when she drops a project, drops more music, because her first impression was good. So that was a record I wanted to highlight real briefly. Another one that's a good record, but I stopped listening to it after a few times is the album's Closure, Another Summer. And the reason why I stopped listening to it is because of DJ Mustard's long speech. Now, don't get me wrong, very inspirational. I love that he's kind of talking about how successful he's gotten and how he does it in an inspiring way, not throwing it in your face. So he talks about all the stuff that he's been able to accomplish and all the people that told him he would only be playing hood parties in LA, and now look at him, he's sharing the stage with Rihanna and, you know, going all over the world. So it's a very good speech, but once you've heard it a few times, it's kind of like it doesn't need to be heard anymore. So I liked Another Summer because you got Rick Ross and John Legend, a combination that doesn't lose. In my opinion, Cold Summer is DJ Mustard's best album. He found the right mix of what people expect out of him. He has the usual suspects, the YGs, the RJs, the Nipsey Hussles, the Ty Dolla Signs. He has those people. Then he's bringing in artists that would sound good over DJ Mustard beats. Rick Ross, Quavo, Young Thug, etc. And he's blending them with people like YG and Ty Dolla Sign. And you're getting a strong album from him. Out of all the projects that he's dropped, which he's only dropped about 3 or 4 in his career, like Cold Summer ranks higher than all of them. I think a huge part of doing a DJ album is that you have combinations that nobody's seen and combinations that work. You don't just want to throw a bunch of artists together and call it a day. You want them to actually sound good. I think Mustard understands that. That's why you don't really have too many posse cuts on the album. You got songs that have one artist or songs that have 2 artists. And those are the ones that work because you get the more intimate vibe, the chemistry is there. I've said it with YG and Quavo, YG and Young Thug, Nipsey Hussle and RJ. So Cold Summer is DJ Mustard's best album, and I would love to know what you think about it in the comment section below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.